Welcome back to Factorio Hyperbase. My massive, dedicated, infinite research base, although it's not anything massive at the moment. So, when I left you last time, I was building out this train line. I have built it the rest of this way. It took quite a while. If you look at technology, we have basically researched most of the otherwise meaningless, and we will have to pause and, and back. So, yeah, we, okay, so what we're trying to do right now is I want to get an idea of where the train will have to come to on the reverse side here. So, to that end, I have made a train blueprint, which is one of these, I think. Unless I made it and then cleverly didn't save it. No, that looks like it right there. Okay. So this is a copy of what we have on the other side. We would probably want it somewhere like about there. And if we had that about there, what would that mean in terms of where the train tracks need to go? Looks like we have pretty much gone as far as we need to. Yes, in fact, if I use a good rail intersection at this point, supposedly good rail, it's not that good. Like so. And then we can connect up the dots. This will connect fairly cleanly with where our line across is, and that will be perfect for supplying coal to these stations. If my bots ever manage to catch up. And guys, how is that? That is pretty damn good, if you ask me. Right, so let's get back to some serious text. So I was getting rid of the ones that really have no impact while I was doing that little bit of offline. I wouldn't mind having, well, both of these actually. That one's probably slightly more useful, although until I set up logistic bots which need red circuits, which of course we've allowed space for, but we haven't actually built out until that point. That's just a little bit close. Let's go there then, and then there. Come on, bots, you've had long enough to catch up. The problem is they have so much still to build in the smelter stacks that every time I go anywhere near them, they go, oh, let's start building these out. But not really what's desired. So what I probably need the most is to get maybe oil and coal and then iron. But I'm thinking we could probably build an initial starter oil just directly here and then ship back the plastic and the sulfuric acid when we get to it. At the moment we only really need plastic. We'll need lube fairly soon as well. But I can probably ship these things to where I need them. I mean, I could even ship the plastic directly to the back of the red circuit build and have it come in from the back, although the red circuit build tends to, you know, expand out this way a significant distance, so you never know exactly where to do that, so it is kind of safer to go this way, and so potentially have a plastic stop over here. And we probably want a coal stop over here somewhere as well, because this isn't going to last too much longer. This one's starting to drop fairly quickly as well with building rail and using the steel, so that's sort of an issue as well. Let me just see where we want the next one of these. These stops. Wow, this lighting condition is really kind of bad. I thought I had some lamps. Are these back ones powered? Ooh. They are. Well, some of them are. That helps a little bit. And identifying where the starts of these places are. Let's get another tech happening. We might as well get those trash slots, because they're pretty handy to put wood and stuff into. But as you can see, we are rapidly running out of our green science research. Probably about there is as good as any. And perhaps a little touch up just here. Get rid of that one and that one. Just use these two, one or the other. It doesn't really matter which way around we did that. But that will be as far as we need to come down for the copper. We'll need another one here at some point. On the other side, I need one for the steel, and I need these two covered as well. Even though we've got one line of steel, that won't be enough for long. That's only 20% of the yellow belt under full pressure. Not under very much pressure at all at the moment. So I guess for this episode, what I would like to do is push a line out underneath the coal out here to the oil, and then we will set up oil, because that is clearly what we need next so we can get blue science. Come on, guys. You don't absolutely need to finish this right at this second. Oh dear. And I went past the mine earlier, so it's trying to fill that out as well. If I come over here, maybe they'll all just recharge instead of running off again. No. Well, this should be done with what they can do fairly quickly, I would think. And then we can get some, we can put the bots to sleep, and we can go and get some more stuff, and then get our train out. I may have to move this line a little bit. I kind of want it more down here so that there's room to put a station up here that attacks the awkward part of this supply first. I mean, I might even drive it up here. That could work quite well, and then have a belt-based load from here and here. We don't have a choice on whether it's belt-based or not at the moment, of course. It's actually our only option. Guys, this is ridiculous. We need that blue science so we can start getting better bots. At least it's only our power armor that's slightly cheaty at the moment. Do we have 50? We do. Good. Okay. Let me go up this way. Oh, gosh. They're going to have to catch up. So the stone mine is still surviving. There's a few up here that we can take out. We can worry about that some other time. Let's head down this iron highway to get to our train. We need some more tech happening. Load up our train. Wood. Oh, wood can go in there. No, not in there. Oh, they're not automated trash slots. That's the problem. Now what? Well, we're running out. We'll just go through these as we can, but we are going to probably have to even turn off science very shortly, unfortunately. I'm going to open that up. There's no point restricting rail at this point. That will have to do for now. We'll have to make a proper engineering train in the not too distant future. But getting oil up and running is more important in the immediate term. So we actually have a reasonable kind of drive ahead of us right now. Already, just because the ore is huge but very spread out, which is kind of ideal from a RSO perspective. It's kind of what you're trying to achieve. Of course, I've probably gone a little bit heavier than the norm, or what you'd need in a normal game, because it's not going to be like an endless pursuit of ore kind of game. It's just building a factory that can maintain a ridiculous level of science under vanilla conditions. That's the goal of the game. And, whoops, I've gone far too far. Did not want to go all this way. Let's wind it back. Flammables done. Alright. Modules. Not that we're going to be able to do much with modules anytime soon, but we can dream. Now, I want to get a little bit below where the coal is. Let's check map view. That's only a little bit below. We'd actually be coming through about there. I think we can go... I think profitably we can go down one more. So if we came down to this one here for our off-ramp, if you like. Oops. Am I waiting on all my bots? Good grief. That could take a while, because that's a long way for very slow bots to travel. I'm going to jog slowly in their direction to see if I can catch up to them. They should, in theory, be sort of trying to get to me along this plane. They have nowhere else they can go. Damn bots doing things you don't want them to. Oh dear. Wow, just where are these bots? I might have to start laying this track manually. Don't want to do that. Bots, where are you? Alright. Enough of that nonsense. Very slow bots, unless you manage them well, which obviously I'm not doing. Maybe they're almost more of a hindrance than they are an advantage. I'm not sure. It is nice to have 60-60 UPS. Hopefully we can keep that for some time into the future. Although I think it's inevitable that on this PC, unless I upgrade it, which is on the cards, if I can, I do intend to upgrade it. Let's get modular armor. At least that means we'll only be one generation of armor behind where we actually are. Keep doing that green research until we run out. I'm going to manually lay track until the bots catch up, basically. I'll keep putting down the blueprints, but we'll have to manually lay it. Hopefully the bots do eventually catch up. Ten objects missing construction robots. Yes, I know. Right, that should at least enable us to get onto this track. Now, if we start laying down this track so that we get the power and the signals where we want it, but obviously instead of bots laying it down, we'll have to lay it down ourselves as we drive along. Oops, not that one. We'll almost have the same effect. Maybe we'll even progress slightly faster than we would if we were relying on incredibly slow bots. Odd how it chooses which end to light. And the other issue, of course, is now, now it's worked out where we are. Oh. When we're going forwards, it knows which end is top, but not otherwise. Which end is the front? How far? Long way. Alright, or as far as the coal. And modular armor is done. I guess night vision would be pretty handy. We could get rid of this unable to see in the dark syndrome. It uses advanced circuits though, so it's still going to be a little bit of time before we can make the most of that. Good luck we'll get to daylight, because it's certainly easier when I can see what I'm doing. Oh. Now this is the bit that I really need the bots for, because otherwise we're manually chopping, and that's not fun. This is supposed to be a very lightly populated with trees planet to reduce this sort of nonsense. But obviously it can't get rid of it completely. More tech. What is this one? Battery equipment. Yeah, sure. And make sure we can navigate through all of that, which as it turns out we could not. In fact, might almost be easier just to run along. And do this even without the train. So that's that stone patch. Battery equipment done. What's this thing? Portable solar panel, sure. Quick map check. We are, yeah, 60% maybe if we're lucky of the way there. We're not that many techs away from when that's not really going to be a big deal, but at the moment it is a little bit of a deal. Where's that? I am. Still 4 or 5 more of these probably. What's next? What is next? Laser maybe, efficiency modules, character logistics slots. So the oil is just up here, is it? Oil. Yep. Okay, so we've come far enough. I'm not actually sure what's more worthwhile at this point, whether it's the power or the return track, but I guess I will put in the return track. It's probably easier as I head back. See where these damn bots have gotten up to. And go back, get oil. The only thing I'm not making is refineries, so we're going to have to handcraft a bunch of refineries. We're going to start off oil like we mean it, so I'll probably craft about 25 refineries. They won't be they won't have the benefits of beacons and modules to start off with, but that still gives a reasonable flow of oil to a starter base. Almost back to our train. Now we've got this fun trees bit. Just get rid of a little bit so that we can get through. More fun trees. All the little X's are in our way to some extent. Of course, if I'd done military science, I could probably just grenade. Well, I could grenade through here, and that would be superior. But I was expecting my bots to be able to clear this for me as well, and that would also be fairly superior. Possibly even more superior in my eyes. Whoa. Back up. Let's just make sure that we completed all of that, because we probably didn't. Small section left. There we go. Go in there. Do we have the ability to make a radar? Yes, we do. That's handy. That can go in there, so we can see this part. The railroad doesn't actually have power reaching out this far, so we'll have to connect the power up to the railroad as well. And get our oil and get cracking on that, because oil is essential. I think this is the fastest way back. It might not be the fastest way to get back to our bots, but I'm pretty sure it is the fastest way back. There goes our fuel supply. We've got tons. Can always steal coal from the engines in the back if I do happen to run out. Maybe I should make a path just up there. Anyway, never mind. So, if we want a bunch of refineries, I'm probably not ready for the whole rail system just yet. And actually, if I want to be able to store rail here, maybe I should have some of this box blocked off. So I can put rail back. I guess we just do the modules now. Something like that, maybe. So there's room for me to dump rail if I need to. Seems a fairly weak reason, but never mind. So, pipes. We probably need more. How many of you have we got? 50. Does seem like a lot, doesn't it? I think we only need 20 of those. There aren't actually that many of them. Now, refineries. I think I said I wanted about 25. We're going to need more stone brick. Can't unfortunately make refineries until we have the next sized assembly machine. So let's grab a bit of that. We are also missing iron gear wheels. Okay, let's grab a bit of that. 5, 10, 11. Now we are missing steel. And iron gear wheels. 12, 13. 18, 19, 20, 21. Next module. 21, missing steel again. And iron, 21, 22, 23, 24. Missing stone brick. 25, there you go. 25 oil refineries. Bots are probably hopelessly lost in terms of trying to get back to me, but maybe if we spend some time over in the oil area, they will catch up. We are going to need to craft this water fill. Maybe I'll even run around to where the water is and set something up for that. I'm guessing it's fastest by train, I don't really know. Ooh, 3. Just as well, that's also where the coal is, because we might be needing fuel very soon. Yes. This one has a bit, but that one is about to have none. Yep, there you go. Slowing down because this front train is out of fuel. And that's as far as we get. Alright. We'll grab some... Oh, I've got more fuel anyway. There you go. No problem now. And let us set up water without a water machine. That's not very clever, but we can build one. And another research, of course. So yeah, I mean, you might consider it sort of a little bit cheaty to be able to do water as easily as we're going to do this, but if there are biters, it would be a whole different matter, but as there are not, I don't really see why. Oh, I've got those anyway. I actually need one of them, which I have. Good. Now, you can do water fill. Pipe. I have used up all the pipe that I picked up. There. Okay. You now need to go there. do water fill. Now you need some power. And you need a fast inserter into a box. And just go for your life. Fill that up. Right. We will finally get out the oil. What else do we have left? We have laser. It looks like it's the last red and green only research that we can do. So while we easily could have put more labs down, we're not going to be in a position to utilize those labs for some time. Although we are going to ramp everything up pretty fast very soon. I would like to start the basics of this oil before this episode is out, so let's get back over there. We have no power, of course. That must have been RSO generating some more of the terrain. Okay, so pump jacks. I guess I will push all the oil in this direction. This really is a great feature, the way you can see all of the pump jacks that easily. Let's just go to an aerial view. I think we've got the lot. We'll definitely do parallel processing on these guys as far as we can. Maybe I should have the oil line up like up here. Sort of like... Well, it doesn't even need to be that far away, does it? One. Is that just one gap? I think so. Two. No. One, two, three. 4, 5, 6. I don't need to count these. I've got the right number already. Five to go. So that's 25 of them. The only recipe we've got. The heavy side is the side that the water comes on, so we want to be putting oil into this side. And we want enough space so that if we wanted to do a kind of, well, it's more than 8 beacons when it's machines of this size, but if we wanted to do like beacons on these, there's room for it. We may end up doing that. It depends how effective this supply is, I guess. So that's why I've got this gap here. It's more than we need actually, but that's fine. And we'll just water fill water pumps into the back of these refineries to be convenient and save on pipe infrastructure. Whoops. Remember the first times I did oil, I had this rather dubious belief that, and there's no green that we can do anymore, okay, science is off. This dubious belief that the total amount of, we're going to have to go back for more pipes because we use them in the construction of all these machines, but never mind. We're probably going to have to go back anyway, because having our bots would certainly help. I don't know where they've gotten to. I might regret this format that I've chosen to. Well, I'm out of those pipes as well. So yeah, we need power, we need to connect up all of these guys. It's going to be a bit of a congested mess just around here, regardless of what we do really. So I guess we'll head back to base. And I might leave you there, guys. I'll come back, hopefully try and pick up my bots on the way, and rejoin you next episode. So thanks for joining me for this one, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye-bye for now.